Good morning, everybody. I am taking all the offers this weekend. It's been a great weekend. For anybody new, this is a live packing stream. My name is Tim. I am a full-time reseller in Northwest Montana. I've been doing this for full-time for 3 years, on 10 plus years on the side off of that. Was a teacher for 10 years and then made this my full-time gig. We've got what do we got? We got 44 orders going out today for a little under 2 grand. I think 1,800 something dollars. It was a great weekend, and yeah, we're gonna just get packing here. It's a little raw. It's live. It's unedited. It's a great place. Some people like to just hang out and maybe work on their own stuff while they have something going in the background. And some people, like to chime in with the chat. I love to chat. If you guys have anything you want to know in the reselling process, or just talk about maybe what you're doing in your business too. That'd be awesome to know. I do get my new microphone. Oh, where is it? There it is. It's great. I'm trying it out for the first time. Let me know how the levels are if you are in the stream. I'd love to know how that mic is working out. I should be able to travel around and actually be heard. So this would be a new experience. And then also, I will be having in about 30 minutes here. I do got to take a quick little break, but I'm not going to stop the stream. I'm just going to put a little message up. If you're watching the replay, you can just skip ahead on that thing too. Let's get packing. So we got some Born boots. I pick these up when they're cheap because they usually sell for 20 bucks or so, and it's just a really easy one to sell. These are only listed for a week, and we got, I think I took offer on 18.19. Sound is great. Volume seems same as before. Pricers, good to see you this morning. I'm going to go walk away. I'm going to keep talking, and hopefully you can continue to hear me. So, 326, I got to go find these boots. I'm going to continue to talk as I walk away from the screen, and I'm assuming that my mic will still pick it up. I did test this on a recording. Where are you? I did test this on a recording, and it seems to be just fine. And so the hope is that if I run it in my live stream, it's the same thing. There they are. And you can hear me just fine. That way I can continue to rant, I can continue to talk while I walk away from my screen, and the volume should not change as I walk away and as I come back. How was that? Hopefully that was pretty good. These guys are going to go in a bag. I know they're women's fashion boots, but it's going to save a couple bucks, and it was a low dollar sale anyway. I've also been working on my compressor settings to hopefully make it so that, like, when I'm talking and I'm packing, the crinkling and stuff's not too bad. Oh, it's like I'm getting more content. Yes. Well, yeah, I noticed that, and YouTube keeps all the analytics and stuff like that. And like I've said from the beginning, this is to document. This is just something I'm actually starting to enjoy. But, if we get more people, that's great. I've also noticed that people, come in, and if I'm like not doing anything, if I'm randomly away from the computer and there's no sound, then of course they just bounce out, which is fine, and some people don't like the dead space. They don't like the dead air. So I can talk for a long time. I've had a lot of practice like that, like we've talked about before. Oh, shoot. No. I might need to get a new bag. Yeah, I'm going to grab a new bag. It caught on my label there. Ugh. Well, it's good to see you again. You have a good weekend of sales in the postcard world? I'm not even sure how big your store is. Your postcards, right? Your postcards, I think. You came over from Popeyes. Get that guy out there. Just like that. And we got to get the tape rolling. I always misplace it in the mornings. Yeah, I've got an official microphone going now. Pretty soon I'll have an official camera outside of this camera. Still working on that packing camera. And my big, beautiful TV someday. We'll see how this goes. I was taking all the offers this weekend. That's why we got 44 sales going out. It was great. I was taking, I took like a $65 offer on a $150 pair of boots, but they've been out for a while. They've been listed for a while. So 65 bucks when I probably could have got much more, but I'm just ready to see it go. I listed some sharpening stones I'll show later, 13 by 7 by 5. That went instantly. And I priced them at market. Like I did Terapeak and everything. And I don't know, maybe there was something I didn't know. They were like an older model or something. It went pretty darn quick. 2 different buyers. All right. And we're going to make a couple bucks. Retired, just selling everything. About 700 items. Not sure how I found you. Just showed up. Sweet. Okay. Well, it's good to have you. Yeah. On day 1, I was doing this, and Popeye's Postcards, he kind of came in and just wandered in and said, hey, you know, I'm going to shout you out. So he shouted me out. And I'm like, don't shout me out. I don't know what I'm doing. And he brought in like my first 40 subs, like 30 subs or something like that. So I've been talking to a lot of postcard folks in here too. But I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have you back. Good to hang out in the morning. All right, we got Super Mario. Video games are done being listed. You won't see any more video games. Like, it's going to slow down on the game front because we won't see them until next year because I do them all at the same time. And let's grab this guy. I think I had 2 copies of this too, so I really need to make sure I'm grabbing the right one because people care about that. Yeah, I'm not a postcards guy. I mean, a lot of people do really well with them, but it's a you know, it's a long tail, low dollar kind of business. But some of them, like, you know, you can get hundreds of dollars for. But you know, most of the time it's just high volume, like $5, $10 sales. Super Mario and Luigi. Oh, that's right. This had the red case. That was what it was. That's what it was. My bubble here. Yeah, whenever I get postcards personally, I am just lotting them up. I do an auction starting at 99 cents, and I let it fly and let the postcard resellers get some inventory because they will fight over it to pick it up. And of course, it's got to have interesting subject matter. I've sold a lot of war ones, a lot of old real photo ones, a lot of ephemera, but I don't deal with that. Label go in here. Yeah, we're moving a lot of stuff from that estate to this weekend. That's all coming up later. Those sharpening stones I listed for 55 bucks, and they went instantly. I don't know. We're taking lots of offers too. This guy took an offer for 15 bucks. It's been listed since last August, so glad to see these go. I don't pick up Birks like this when they're in rough condition anymore. Like 2-3 years ago, even, you could sell these things any condition, falling apart, disgustingly stained, and people would just buy Birks. But now anymore, they do have to be a lot better condition. They have to be clean, and these I would not pick up if I was picking them up today because they do got some pretty good foot stains in them. Let's check it out. August 5th. Pokemon cards. He gave me permission to sell them and probably would work with. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Oh gosh, if you Pokemon cards are gold right now. Probably have some good ones in there. August 5th. Let's find it. Now I just want to talk when I'm away from the computer because it's more fun. Like, I know that I'm being picked up. That's pretty great. All right, we got the Birks. Yeah, these are in my old, been listed a while. I try to move stuff in less than 3 months, 3 to 6 months. 50, 39. Yes, I think it's right on those. These will fit in my small bag too. My son convinced me to let him go spend some of his allowance on Pokemon cards. So we went out, was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday. No, Saturday. Saturday we went out. Saturday we went out and got some Pokemon cards for him. But the packs are like impossible to find. I think it's finally starting to slow down. But pretty much any packs of Pokemon you can buy right now, you can resell for more. And so the scalpers are out there like crazy. So it's hard to just pick up packs for your kid. But one store in town puts a limit on them, and they sell them close to MSRP. And when they get them in stock, we will be able to get a few. But he bought about 4 packs and spent 28 bucks. It's actually kind of fun, too. He wanted to keep the last pack, but he knows he doesn't have the self-discipline. So I said, all right, so if you take this last pack and give it to me, I can give it to you whenever you want. You just got to tell me how long you want me to wait. And then no matter what you say, I won't give it to you until that day. He's like, all right, give it to me in a month. So he knows I have it. And in 1 month, I have it on my calendar to give him that last pack of Pokemon cards because he is a 9-year-old with no self-control. But he thought that was a fun idea. I understand offers on older items. How do you deal with offers on new listings? I always assume I priced it correctly. I like to make money. And so, honestly, I'm in the business of selling, not in storing. And so if that item there is getting offers and it's kind of in the range, the ballpark that I would take, I just go ahead and take that offer. But obviously, we want to make money. So I'm pretty much always sending out 15% offers on everything, no matter what stage of the game it was in. I might let it sit for a day, right? Just because, the market needs to at least see it. Maybe someone had a saved search for it. But then after that, it just goes on 15% offer all the time. And then I mark down, it depends on the category for my markdowns, but for my clothes and shoes, I am marking down 15% after 30 days. After 90 days, it goes to 30% off. And then after 6 months, it's like half off, I think. So I just do that. I reconfigure those every month. Do you up your list knowing you would take 15% off? Not necessarily. So it's pretty ambiguous sometimes on the comps. Like these Birks. One day they might sell for 30, one day they might sell for 10, one day they might sell for 20. But when a buyer's ready to buy, and they're shooting that offer out, I want to get the money. I don't want to wait because who knows, the next time I'm going to have that opportunity. 11 by 6 by 5. So I'm pretty much marking at the market or maybe a little bit more, but not intentionally, right? It's pretty close. I don't mark under market. That's for sure. I don't do that unless there's a flaw or something like that. But when you're looking at the margins we look at, look, this is going out for 15 bucks. I spent maybe $2 on them, maybe. You got to just be able to do that and then go get more and then go get more and then go get more. I'm not going to sit here and debate with somebody over the price. I'm not going to lose a deal over $5, On a $20 item, what is that? $3. So it's I listed this for $19.70 or $57. It was already on markdown because it's in the sales. So another 15% is $3. So am I going to take 16? Yeah, 100%. Move that item, but still make money. All right, onto one of these multi-quantity ones. These guys, of course, never show up right in my lister, but these or in my display. Got some Tommy Bahama arbitrage from Costco. Been sitting for how long? A year and a half almost. I don't know how many of these I've sold, but they're just a slow burn. Let's grab one. I think it's just one. It's only one. Yep. Back here. Oh, where are you at? No, those are the blue ones. The white one. They're hiding from me. It would help if I actually put my stuff away where it's supposed to go when I'm done with it. Oh. There we go. It's a mess back there. That's why the camera doesn't go back there. That's all good. It's just been filed away for so long. Yeah, pretty much once something's been listed a year. There's some, right, there's some items that you need to get the money for, and they can take a few years to sell. But for the most part, after a year, I'm pretty much taking any offer because they're one step away from donation at that point. 2 pounds. And if it's a pretty niche item too, I'm wanting to take offers and move it. The boots that I said that were 150 bucks listed, I took a $65 offer because they're nice ostrich boots. I think not Lucchese. What are they? Oh shoot, are they horsepower? I forget. They're some lower tier brand. No, Anderson Bean, which is a good one. They were Andersons, and I took that offer. They'll go out later today. But when they've been sitting for long enough and they're beat up, like the next time a buyer's coming by, who knows? So I'm just taking the offer. We got some Ariats. I think I paid 10 bucks at the thrift. I did get full price for these guys, $37.95. Listed a month and a half. The boot cut's still good. The flares still good. Those people are wearing, and when they're new, I'm picking up the new ones, the really clean ones. So February 13th and 5. Let's find it. My totes over here. I've also found volume really helps me want to take offers because when you only have, let's say you only have 100 items in your store, a couple hundred, or maybe you're only selling maybe an item every other day. Every sale is like sacred and important, but after a while it's like you're just moving so much that you want to see it gone. And maybe you're leaving money on the table, but I'm not going to get hung up thinking about every single offer. There was a doll. What was the doll? I sent I got a $30 offer on a doll I had listed for 60 something, and we took it to, I think that's the one in the thumbnail, 984 and 84 and 2 pounds. Pricers asked, is there a promotion, or do you have a promotion strategy? Yes, I do have a promotion strategy. My strategy is to find good items that don't need promote. No, I'm kidding. I actually do promote. If an item is very obscure, it's very niche, I will not promote it just because they're going to find it. But if for all my general stuff, I do a blanket 3%. Now there's a lot of folks out there that will blanket 2%. That's the lowest. Some people will try to play the game of I'm going to do 3.1 or 2.1. No, I just whatever. 3% has been working for me. I find that it's almost like a carousel. It's almost like eBay gives everybody a turn, but you get more turns in the search. I don't know if this makes this is all just theory, but you get more turns in the search the higher promotion you do. So as long as you're promoted at something, you're eventually going to get that turn in the search to be shown. Of course, they have changed it recently to you can't get the top slot unless you're doing the pay-per-click, and that's not for me. That's not. I'm not doing SKUs that need pay-per-click. We got some Vans. These are from the October 16th, and we got 17 bucks for them. Let's go find them. Yeah, I love seeing old stuff move. I need to free room up. I'm actually running out of room in my shoes. Thinking of putting another rack up here soon. October. Where are you? Ah, there you are. These are some pretty clean Vans, all things considered. Size 10, Atwood. All right. The forewarning. Well, actually, I'll say if anybody has wandered in, I can't see the way my stream is set up. I can't really actually see analytics of who's in here right now. So if you've wandered in, I'd love to know you're here. Throw something in chat. I'd love to know more about your business, what you're doing, and just kind of hang out. We've got about 5 minutes or so. I will be leaving here in about 5 minutes, not permanently. I'll be coming back, and I'm going to just keep the stream rolling. so I don't have to restart it. I'll be gone for 10 minutes or so. I just got to make sure the kids are ready to get off to school in the morning here. And like I said, I like doing things raw, unedited, and so I don't even care. I'm just gonna throw something up on the screen. I'll be gone for a few minutes, and then we'll be back to pack some more items. But that'll be about 5 minutes from now. Leslie! She's here. Good to see you, Leslie. That was sick what you showed me. I don't want to blast it out for the world, but that was a really cool item that you showed me. Congrats. Congrats. Leslie finds the good stuff. She really does. And she finds the stuff that I couldn't sell in a million years. And I'm flabbergasted that she can move it. Ah, get off there. Leslie, you'll have to tell me too how this new mic setup's going. Because as I walk away this next time, I'm going to keep talking. I got a new clip-on that the pricer says is really good. It says it works the same as the old one. So as long as it's all working fine, I'm going to keep using it. All right, those are nice and taut in there. Pretty awesome. It's really nice. Mike's really nice, or your item is really nice? Because your item is really nice. 13 by 6 by 5. Let's see. It's amazing what comes through. I got someone picking up a KitchenAid. Both. Okay, good to know. I got someone picking up a KitchenAid here in about 30 minutes or so. They're just doing a door pickup, but that was one I got at an estate for $40, and they're selling for $120. So that's another one I don't have to pack. It could have gone for $250 on eBay, but I didn't want to pack it. I didn't want to pay fees. I don't want to deal with returns. And I actually know the gal who's getting it. She has a bunch of rentals, and my assumption is it's going in a rental. A really cool green one. Let's find the next one. We got the Mickey Mouse towel. This one I picked up with all the Disney stuff. 313.5. So this is where I got with a bunch of Disney shirts, and this is just a low dollar towel, but we got thrown in the rest. I overpaid at $5. You know, I don't want to do 5 into 15, but still making money, and it was kind of a lot deal for all these with those cool shirts I got. Which one of the sweatshirts sold today? I want to think I got over $80 for that guy. 313. Let's grab this. Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to keep talking, so I'm going to talk as I walk away from the computer because I think it's really neat that now I can just go over here and I can continue to work. I gotta put that away. 13, pull this tote out. We're gonna find number 5. Is that the right towel? That's the right towel. And it looks like I never left, or it sounds like I never left. So we're moving up in the world. We are moving up. 313. Number 5, make sure I got my items right. It's going in a poly. Not gonna lie, the 90-day total is the highest I've ever seen it in my life. And so that probably inspired me to take a few offers because I like games. I like pushing the envelope. I like seeing how high I can get that number. And so I was probably taking more offers than I usually would this weekend. And I think it's the most profit I've ever done in a month, ever, even including a couple years back when I got the craziest doll haul of my life where I, sold 15 grand worth of toner in a couple months. Life's good. Life is really good. Better than I deserve. Let's see, we got 11 by 8 by 5. Leslie said that a YouTuber once forgot their mic was on, went into the bathroom, and she was watching. Yeah, let's not do that. I will do my best to not forget the mic is on. What might prevent that is I'm in a big metal shop. If I leave the shop, it's like a Faraday cage. It like kind of traps the sound. I'm guessing it's going to trap the signal. I don't know if I could actually walk outside. That's funny though. I don't know if I could ever actually walk outside and this would keep going. Maybe I'll test it someday. but I don't see why I'd ever have to walk outside on stream. All right, maybe one more item, and then I got to go see the kids off to school, but I will be back in 10 minutes. I'm not going to stop the stream when I do leave. I'm just going to keep it rolling, and I'll be back. It will take no more than 15 minutes to see them off. Got to make sure they got lunches, make sure they got everything they need for the day. They just got off spring break. We got 8 weeks of school left here. Not that my wife is counting as a teacher. Let's see. Super Mario All-Stars. Guy. No manual. Let's find it. Ugh. You retracted the message. Okay. Yeah, no more games going up. We got a lot of books going out here soon. I got to do a batch of clothing. Got a really sweet bomber jacket at that last estate. Decided to throw up. It's gonna get probably a couple $100. The estate sale gal, I overheard her talking to someone. It's like, yeah, it's from Cabela's, so it's not authentic. I'm like, okay, you're right. It's not real leather, but it's a bomber from Cabela's that's sheepskin and is super old. Like, it's got comps for the $200 to $300 range. So I was happy to pick that up, and actually a lot of other people passed it. I can't wait to show the sharpening stones later. The kitchen I hit last at that estate, and people were leaving. And man, we found the KitchenAid was still there. I can't wait to see. My friend didn't give it to me and gave it to you. She's in trouble. Oh yeah. Oh, that Cabela's. So let me grab it. I gotta grab the kids here soon, but let me grab that. Let me grab that. Yeah, at the booth there. This is the jacket. It's a Cabela's bomber. It's got the Cabela's tag still on it. Okay, it's got, Cabela's down there, and it says genuine sheepskin shearling. It's the comps for this. When you comp this exact jacket, it's sold for like $250, $300. I couldn't believe it when I saw it sitting there. Like, and then I even asked, she picked it up, and I even asked her, I said, hey, do you want that? Like, are you sure you don't want it? I said, are you sure you don't want it? She's like, oh no, I've got plenty, and it's not my style or something like that. I don't know what she said, but I'm like, okay, yeah, no worries. She should have picked for herself. She was worried about theft. Yes. Okay, she did mention that. You're absolutely right, because she runs a booth. So the gal who passed on it runs a booth. For anybody who's just listening in, she runs a booth, and so she didn't want that jacket because she didn't want it to get stolen from the booth. Where for me, unless someone's going to have the balls to break into my shop, which you shouldn't, I have a great security system. I actually did just get that installed. It's actually pretty nice. I don't have to worry about theft around for me. So anyway, I've got to get rolling here for about 10 minutes. I'm going to put on a little message that says back in 15. I'm going to see if this works. I'm trying new things out here. And I will probably be back before that. But if not, it will be very short. I just got to make sure the kids get out to school, and then we're going to get back and pack more items, with the next item being Guitar Hero guitar. Oh, that's good. It's a nice sale, but kind of lame. All right, let's go ahead and hit the AFK. I'll be back. All right, back a few minutes early. Get this rolling again. Thanks for sticking around. If you did stick around, I had to get the kids off to school, and now we're right back at it. Didn't want to have to restart the stream, so we got a Guitar Hero guitar. Let's go get this guy packed. These are annoying because these the PS2 ones don't detach on the neck, and because they don't detach on the neck, you got to use a little bigger box. Keep forgetting that I can just walk wherever I want and talk, and it'll still pick it up. There it is. I stock these boxes for tennis rackets. Once I bought out someone's tennis racket collection, so I had to buy a bunch of boxes. And I ended up falling in love with the box size because it does fit a lot of awkward big items. 13 by 3 by 30. And this guy will fit right in there. The newer Guitar Hero guitars, the neck detaches, so you can fit it in a 1 cubic foot box without the length surcharge. So they're a lot easier to ship. But these guys, you have to use a bigger, longer box. If you don't have them stocked, it can be really annoying. But since I started selling everything, there we go. I stock every size box. There's really not, unless it's going to go freight, I pretty much can pack everything now without having to scrounge around for a box. I think it's super important. If you're doing this game and you always have to be looking for box, looking for materials, then man, you're going to lose a lot of time doing that rather than just having it right on hand. Took a while to get there though. From going from selling things out of my old apartment to thinking I'll be spending over $300 a month on boxes is crazy. But here we are. All right, get this guy padded up. Now, speaking of Pokemon earlier, my son was very excited to tell me that his class wrote a letter to the Pokemon company. I give that teacher some props. We got a good teacher. And they were writing a persuasive letter to the company to see if the company would let them design Pokemon cards. Nintendo, doing the great PR they do, or the Pokemon company, Wizards, I guess it would be, sent a letter back. And so I'm actually curious what their PR department came up with. I bet they tossed in a pack or two. They like to do that kind of thing when it's a school and it's official. We'll see. All right, that guy's going in there, nice and padded. We will pad the top here with a little bit more crush. It's on its way. And one more piece there. And I think I sometimes take for granted all the packing materials I have available to me now. I think a lot of people would skip on guitars like this. It's just that annoying to pack. But, you know, for 60 bucks, people will do a lot. Okay, I got to get this out of the way. There we go. Get a shipping label on this guy. Likely going UPS or FedEx because they don't care about length surcharge. They're better for the big, boxier, bulkier items. Unless, so if it's going USPS, I use the dimensions of the box. If it's going FedEx or UPS, I actually add dimensions to the box because their machines are too picky and it's too annoying to fight the surcharges. So if I'll have to see what's going to be best here. Customer wanted it to go, not that it matters, because as long as I pick the right service, we're good. They want it UPS. We'll see what the best rate is. Do that. And then that should be good to go. 13 by 3 by 30 is the written on the box dimensions. And it came in at how many pounds? 4 pounds, I think. End up right for me. Ground advantage is going to be 1612. Unless any ground advantage. Technically, it's like $1 more, but I don't think I have anything else that needs to go UPS, and I don't want to have to go there today. So, $16 to ship that. And buyer did pay. Not too bad. My son's been loving the Guitar Hero. I brought in a couple guitars. I said, we're not going to sell these. We're gonna try this game out again. I played a lot of that back in the day. He's been loving it. All right, what's next? In memoriam. Oh, I'm gonna skip this one. I have to go inside, and I'm gonna wait till the end. That's just some old book, yoga book. This is another Hallmark, and I think I've said a few times here, I do get these from a liquidation guy. Pretty cheap. It's just kind of a slow burn I do on the side. This is a Lord of the Rings Gandalf the Grey, sold for $20 plus the shipping. Let's go grab these. For this, I guess he only bought one. 2, 4, box 3. Yeah, I think I got to clean back here. I think that's on the agenda for today, but not right now. This realm of my warehouse is the stuff that's been over a year old, and it's the slow burn stuff. Yeah, I think I mislabeled. Pretty sure I mislabeled what box that's supposed to be in. Okay, this box. Aha, there's Gandalf. Doing his infamous, "You shall not pass." I don't know how that's showing up because my multi-quantities never show up in my display box, but there he is, Gandalf the Grey. Yeah, I saw they're remaking the Harry Potters. I don't know if they're ever going to remake the Lord of the Rings. Amazon, I think, has the rights now with their Rings of Power. I am not looking forward to the flop of the Harry Potter. I think millennials everywhere will cry. Oh, to have the time to sit down and watch the extended versions of these again, though. I might need to put you in a bigger box. Let's see. Get some of the fluff out of the way. Guy's giving me trouble. Yeah, it'd be fine. Morning, Joe. Joe Mechanic. Good to see you, sir. I'm glad you were able to stop by the stream. If it's your first time here, this is just where I do live packs of all my eBay orders. I do it every day I can. If I'm out at garage sales, 12 ounces. On Fridays, I sometimes won't, but Monday through Thursday, pretty much every morning, just to kind of show what we're doing. And I also chat with anybody about anything reselling related you want to talk about. eBay related, maybe what's going on in your store. What made you wander in here today? It's good to see you, sir. Let's go find the next one. Some Viore shoes. Again, taking all the offers. So here's an example. The pricers, if you're still around, these three, they were listed only for 4 days. I listed them for $30, and I took an offer for 25. You know what I mean? Like, that is $5 off 30, so it's like 12, 13%. Like, it's still, you know, a decent markdown. It's not quite the 15%, but it's pretty close. And I'm still going to take that offer. So, and I think market for these in the condition they're at was around $30. But I'll take 25 offers on 30 all day long. I'm not going to lose the deal over $5. Let's grab these guys. 326 2. Nope, those are my flies. Here we go. My Viores. Got a little wear, but they're fine. Good heels. Someone wanted to actually take the time to clean up the leather. Probably like, what, 150 or so new? I'm not actually sure. I don't sell a lot of Viore shoes. I've sold some clothes. I don't find a lot of the shoes. These were a bins pickup. I think the only pair of Viores I've ever found at my bins. Nice suede leather. Another offer from the weekend. Perfect timing for me. Southern Cali, getting ready to walk my dogs. Something to listen to while we walk. Well, wonderful. I'm glad we can accompany your walk. And the rantings of my eBay business can be sweet music to your ears as you walk your dog. What kind of dog? It's awesome. What an amazing world we live in. I'm sitting up here in Northwest Montana, packing eBay orders. You're sitting in California walking a dog, and you're going to just listen to my rantings because, you know, like this is the world we live in, that we can now connect with each other in this way. You told someone, you know, 100 years ago, this is what it's going to be like, and they would be maybe a little distraught. Like, what's going on, man? All right, let's get this taped up the right way. I'm keeping this top. We have a chocolate lab. Her name's Misty. She's 3 years old. And man, she doesn't like people, like not other people. She loves our family. She's a great dog. We kind of screwed up with the vets. We're very concerned about us not, first dog, I'll throw that disclosure out there, but not having her out socialized and stuff until all the vaccines and stuff were in place. But if we can go back in time, we would have just socialized the heck out of her because she has a tough time with other dogs and with people. But, you know, great family dog, good with the kids, but definitely a little reactive. 13 by 7 by 5. Let's get this out. And print. Working or tested person. So the pricers asked in the eBay title, are you a working or tested? So like if you list, I'm guessing we're saying like if you list a video game or you list an electronics piece or something like that, are you going to say working or are you going to say tested? For me, I'm usually saying tested. And if I don't say tested, I will actually say like tested. I'll say tested working if I want to use the word working. But tested, I think people appreciate more, especially in the video game world for whatever reason. And a dark secret is that in the video game world, if something is really clean on a disc, I'm going to put tested. I'm just going to say it. I know that's dirty. That's probably not the right thing. But like if something is a super clean disc, I have a failure rate of less than 1% on like the clean ones that come through. And so, you know, if that's what people in the market want, just say that. And I'm going to take a return. They're going to get their money back. If it doesn't work, it's all good. But any surfaceware, things like that, I do actually test my games. I don't have a disc resurfacer or something like that. So speaking of which, SmackDown. This is the next one going out today, $50. Complete inbox tested. So I do use the word tested on that one. Man, excuse me. Haha, also have something to learn from other seller on eBay. Ah, good to know, Joe. I have a chocolate lab also. Her name is Pepper, and a small terrier, Luna. Usually walk 3 miles to get the day going. That's a great way to start the day, and wears them out too. Dogs need that. Let's see. Let's grab this guy. It's going in a box. I love she's stubborn, but a great dog. Yeah, stubborn is a good way to describe our lab too. Let's see. Where is this guy? There it is. I also have a 7 and a 9-year-old, and man, they're good with the dog, but just like kids do, they were very excited to get her. And then once we got things rolling, where's my scissors? Oh, I put them over here. I was working on with a button here. They were very excited to have her, and then after the first couple weeks, kind of old hat. So they love our dog, but we do make them. We're terrible parents. We make them go outside and play with the dog for 20 minutes when they get home from school every single day. And then we usually play a little fetch with her. My wife is the walker in the family, and we'll either do a family walk or she'll give the dog a couple miles in the evening. All right. WWE the SmackDown. Everything's looking good in there. I did actually test this one, though. I remember testing this one. They played a full match. I didn't play any of this back in the day. I'm like, my problem is when I start testing video games, we don't get a lot done because I have to actually test each game. I mean, you have to. It's part of the job. All right, it goes in there. And yes, for anybody watching, I get judged all the time in the comments. It's great. You should keep judging me because I eventually will buy a table. I pack on the floor. After teaching for 10 years, elementary school, I am very comfortable on the floor. And my knees aren't shot yet. So my future self is probably cursing me, but at 34, I still have knees. Great idea. You have to keep them involved. Yep, we do love to keep them involved. And they do love our dog. They really do. They get along great. But, kids, it's one idea to the next, to the next, to the next. And commitment for kids is like, if you can get them to commit for more than a week, you're doing great. All right. What do we got? When I click these tabs, I don't even know what's coming up next. Something of Nome. Let me see what's in mine. The Goldsmiths of Nome by Sam Dunham about the Alaskan frontier. I bought a storage unit full of books from someone in Alaska. Not in Alaska, excuse me. They were from Alaska. They loved collecting Alaska history here. And I bought literally 3 pickup truckloads. It was hundreds, a couple hundred boxes, something like that, of just books about Alaska. And this is one that why is this not printing? My label's not printing. Let's try this again. Uh-oh, did my internet stall? No, my internet's still good. So yeah, this is just another low dollar one from there. I sold books for hundreds of dollars from that, but this is just a low dollar one that stuck around. Let's see. The pricers. No right or wrong. I don't believe most buyers would ever type tested in search. Just my opinion. Isn't the title about search? Yes, it is. I believe that video game buyers search for the word tested. I don't know if that's true, but I do believe that video game buyers search by tested. It's almost like a self-perpetuating thing. Like, I don't know. So like when people say like no early birds in Facebook, like no one really even knows what that means, but that's what everybody says now at garage sales. Like, that's just what you say. Oh, no early birds. Tested, I think, is the same thing. I think people actually see that and they're like, oh, well, no, I want a tested game. And so they'll search tested. I want it to actually work. So I think it's a self-perpetuating thing personally. So I just put it in there. Plus, what else am I going to put? Like if I put the video game title, I'm not going to say like racing game because no one's looking for that. They're looking for Mario Kart. So you put Mario Kart, you put a little information, then you put tested. I think you're better off. Enjoy your knees, 58. Watching you back makes my knees hurt. Yep, I've heard that a lot. Is the lab allowed in the shop? The lab is not allowed in the shop. I got too much clothing and stuff going on in here. If someone had allergies or things like that, I don't want, I got, I don't know if you can see, I got clothes just hanging. And so I wouldn't want her to brush up against that, and cause too much fur or anything like that for someone who might be allergic. All right, let's get this guy going. Enough chat. Thanks for the chats, by the way. I love the interaction. It's great to have people to talk to. July, August 15th. Let's go find this guy. And it's a thin little book. Something like this. I treat it just like a low-dollar video game. It goes in a bubble mailer, and that's all we do. I use the craft bubble mailers from Supply Hut. Is that who I'm using? Oh, and I should have my gal come in to get the KitchenAid here soon if she's not already got it. I told her she could do a porch pickup. She's actually a friend of mine. I posted the KitchenAid yesterday, and I got like 5 hits. Because, a KitchenAid, vintage KitchenAid for $120 with all the attachments, like, it's going to go fast. And I said, I know you, I like you, you can have it first. So Joe says he also does blanket promotion at 2%. I think that is the way to go. A blanket low dollar amount, in my opinion, is the way the eBay gods want thing to work right now. But if you're in a very competitive market, whether it's clothing, like clothing would be a good example, or maybe even media. Like you gotta price, you gotta put a high rate to even get seen in some of those categories. But for me, I'm also a person who does the blanket 3%. Let's see. Got another pair of shoes going out. These have been listed for a month. Did take an offer for $30 on them. Solomon Speed Cross. They look like they're decent shape. Have you ever scheduled a postal pickup at the shop? I have, but I stopped doing that. Honestly, look, we got 3,000. Well, no, not 3,000. We got almost $2,000 of stuff going out today. I have a hard time like putting that right outside my shop. So I used to when it was lower dollar. And plus, I'm not going to have, because I'm not here all the time, I source every single day, and my person's not super consistent when they come. I don't have them come. I might in the summer start having them come again, because Monday through Thursday, I am here a little bit more consistently. But no, I ever since I started selling a little higher dollar, and my schedule's not consistent enough to always be in the building, I don't want to set a pickup because then I have to put it outside my shop. I guess if I really wanted to, I get a shed and like get my postal person a key, but I do it almost every night. Small town seller, put a box on my porch. Yep, that's a good way to do it. I used to just put it outside too, but once we got full time and a little higher dollar, I just and plus I like making sure it makes it there. Yeah, you don't want it setting outside, yeah, because I mean, especially like look what we're doing. Look, I'm telling the entire world what I'm doing. I have thousands of dollars leaving this shop. It's not hard to find someone's shop. It's really not. It's you just got so even in a yeah, I'm just not going to go down that road and leave stuff out anymore. But yeah, it's a great way to go, and I would do it if I either had an employee consistently here or I was consistently here. It saves time, but I'm also not super far from my post office, and I got good relationships with the folks there, so it's good to see them too and to make sure they get scanned. So February 18th, let's grab it. There it is. They're Speed Cross 4s. These are pretty clean, honestly. I got a deal. Took an offer for $30. Let's grab some bags. My post lady's great though. when I did have pickups, she was very consistent, very wonderful. I've even been to her garage sales before too. She sold me a few Carhartt jackets. He's like, oh yeah, you sell this kind of stuff? I got more of that. Great. These are so big. These are size 13. I need bigger bags for these. Let me go grab some bigger bags. I'll just shout it out for anybody else who has entered the channel. If you're wandering around here and you happened upon the stream, this is a packing stream. I'm a full-time reseller from Northwest Montana doing over $200,000 a year in sales. And I live pack my orders so people can see what I'm buying, what I'm selling, what maybe you can pick up too. And I love chatting with people. If you have anything else you want to chat about, ask about, talk about, we talk about everything. We talk about dogs. We talk about taking the kids to school. We talk about how our knees hurt when you're 58 years old and you pack on the floor. We talk about awesome finds that people find at estate sales, things like that. Or maybe they find at their bins and they're ridiculously awesome items. You can share that here. This is a safe place. Oh gosh, I got to get that off. To share all of your finds with the world. Or with the three people right here. Actually, I have no idea. I think I can open that up. I'm not good at this whole YouTube thing yet, the analytics. I am much better at eBay than I am at YouTube. I'm going to open that up after here. Let's see if there's anybody creeping in this channel that we gotta talk to. I sell a lot of Speed Cross. I find these all the time here. We've got a lot of sporting goods in the valley and a lot of folks that come in and maybe use these things once or twice on vacation and then they donate them because they don't want to take them back home. So I'll find this kind of stuff. You get a lot of North Face, Patagonia, Cool, and these Solomon Speed Cross I pick up all the time. Not usually in this great of condition. This is a really nice condition. Like I said, you got a deal. Taking all the offers, listed for 48 bucks. I did take a $30 offer on something that's only been listed a month. And so what? That's 30%, a little more than 30% off. Like, yeah, I am here to sell the items, not to hold the items. 14 by 8 by 6. And so I'm taking all the offers. £2. Get that label going. I'm going to peek in once this label prints. I'm going to peek in and see my YouTube analytics. Is there anybody creeping in here that hasn't chatted? And it's fine. If you just want to hang out, you don't want to chat, you don't got to chat. That's fine. Doesn't bother me at all. I'll chat with anybody who wants to chat, or I will talk to an empty room because I'm really good at that too. Let's see. Leslie, it says message retracted. I don't know. Okay, so here's this. It says the stream is excellent, and if I'm looking at it doesn't tell me. What is this YouTube thing? Oh, participants. Oh, so I can look at participants, but it doesn't tell me how many are watching. I don't know. There's probably something that shows me that, but I'm not smart enough to figure it out. Plus, I want to keep working. All right, let's get going. Oh, this is a great one. Look at this. Some Loa boots. These were listed for $130. I took an offer for $100. So again, that's like 20% off or so. And I took that $100 offer in 4 days. Do I put anything in the minimum offer box? No, I do not put anything in the minimum. I want to see every single offer. Like, even if someone wants to offer me $1, I just want to see it. And then, you know, sometimes it's just a game from there and they want to play a game and you can get them up. And it takes 2 seconds for me to counter. So I just don't get emotional. I don't care. I really don't care what people are going to say when they throw me an offer. I just want to make money. So if you're going to throw me a $10 offer on these $130 pairs, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll just counter back at $115. So no. Okay. So Leslie, I wasn't going to out you, but since you outed yourself, because I'll tell you, people watch this. I have people who watch this in our area. So I don't care if they know what I found, but you might. But Leslie said that she found a Holland St. Angelo buckle with a cowhide belt, and someone else has that buckle for 1,700. I think she's going to get around $1,000 at least for that. Like, I think the comps are anywhere from 500 to like 1,500 ish from when I was looking at it just briefly. So that is a sick find, Leslie. That is a sick find, and the best item I've ever seen come through our bins. I've found some good items come through our bins. That might be the best. All right, let's go Loa 326. 326. These are Tibets. Here, are these my Tibets? I have 2 Loas right now. I got to make sure it's the right one. Tibet Gore-Tex. I believe these are them. I don't want to send the wrong Loas. I'll double check. Double check the photos and everything. Get some sleepers sometimes, yeah. I think they're salting it for you. You got someone working in the back room popping you the good stuff. I'm kidding. That's unbelievable. Was it? I'm guessing it was in the totes. They where they do the 2 big totes of like backpacks and bags and belts. Was it like in that area? All right, you got 326. Or keep your secrets, because maybe you'll find another one. No, we're never gonna find another one of those at the bins. But that's insane. I bet you probably immediately just like, once you find something like that, I'm there for the next hour at least, and I'm turning over every stone in that area to see, like, did they have more? Because if they have $1,000 belt, they probably have more than just that, and they probably donated all of it, so you never know. One time I was with my son, and he found a one of those old FFA corduroy jackets that sell for about $100-150. I'm like, all right, he gives it to me. I said, all right, we're going to turn over every single stone here. We're going to see if we can find any more. We never found any more. We found some FFA paraphernalia, but that was the only jacket. But yeah, whenever you get a good hit at a thrift, at a yard sale, at a estate sale, like the very next thing I'm doing is like, okay, do they have any more of this particular thing or anything adjacent to it, right? Like, now that I found this belt, I'm going to be looking at all the Western, all the cowboy hats, all the whatever. Like this is obviously important enough for you to spend $1,000 on this buckle. Let's see. I forgot to double check the pictures on these. I got distracted. Size 10, made in Germany, Tibet. Size 10, Germany, Tibet. Let me just double check the pictures. Yeah, I have 2 pairs of these, and I just want to make sure it's the right one. Okay, those are the correct ones. You get a pair of Loas for $100. That's a deal. These are multiple hundreds. Maybe $400 or $500 retail. And they're made in Germany. I'm not sure if Loa has sold out yet and is making their stuff in China, but you know, companies like Danner have, Carhartt have, and those just drop in value. But these made in Germany ones are awesome. Speaking of made in Germany, here's a random tangent. Our dishwasher broke a couple weeks back, and we're looking for a new dishwasher. And while I love the pre-owned market, I am not going to buy a used dishwasher. I'm looking for a new one. And man, that is a confusing game. I have no idea how to buy a new dishwasher and get the best deal. And the reason made in Germany kind of stuck out is because the ones I'm looking at, is it Bosch? I don't know. Some are made in Germany, some are made in the US, and like every store has their store exclusive model. So you can't compare apples to apples. Like, oh, Costco's model has this, that, and the other. Lowe's model has this, that, and the other, and they're exclusive, so they don't carry them. Like, I used to be able to just find the best one, go SKU for SKU, and buy what I wanted. And now the game has changed, and so I just got to figure out how to get my dishwasher. I think the good one was made in Germany, the Bosch from Costco, like $1,500 for the Cadillac. I might have to get that. So if anybody knows the best way to get a deal on a dishwasher, I'm all ears. Otherwise, Costco's going to make a bit more money than usual for me this year. Let's see what we got. Horseshoes. These are Brooks Adrenaline. I don't pick up Brooks as much as I used to. They have to be super, super clean. But they will still sell. And of course, the newer models, the higher the number on the Adrenaline, so the GTS 22, the higher the number, the more modern they are, you're going to do better with them. These took 5 months to sell, so way longer than I wanted. I took an offer for 16 on them. 10:30. Let's go grab them. They are in my old inventory. There we are, number 22. Brooks. And 8.5. These will fit in my small bag, I think. They're women's. I do not think I'm going to finish the packing today. I think that the packing is going to have to wait till after I'm done with the bins. I like to hit the bins every day. With 44 going out, we will not see everything. At the end of the stream, I will go ahead and just show everything we sold. I'll rapid fire it because I'm not turning the camera back on. Once it goes off, I'm probably not going to, maybe I will. I might actually live stream the rest of it later. I could do a session 2. But I found more and more since I've been selling more stuff. I'm not complaining, but since I've been selling more stuff, my Mondays are mostly packing at this point. There's 44 items going out, and it's not just clothing, right? It's not like just throw it in a bag. I mean, some of this it is, but they're pretty involved packs when it's selling bigger stuff. Plus now I have wonderful people to talk to while I do pack. And so it's taking a little bit more time, but that's all right. My experiment was we're going to do this for 30 days. And so far I'm liking it. And if I do continue to like it, I'll continue to do it. And if it's even helping one person, and the Pricers has told me, he's told me it is helping him. And hopefully it's helping Joe the mechanic on his walk with his dog. Dogs. We have multiple dogs there. Let's see, 11, 7 by 5, and 2 pounds. The Brook Adrenaline's going out. And $10. Made a couple bucks on the shipping on these. Again, I don't pick up Brooks as much as I used to, but I do pick up Brooks when they are super clean or newer models. Check consumer reports if that's a thing. I would go to Costco, buy an extended warranty, get the money back from the credit card. Costco's is great. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning, is like just trust Costco. You know, just go ahead and buy it there because I'm sure whatever model they have is good. And I think they'll do haul away of the old one, which I don't want to deal with taking that to the scrapyard. I don't want to deal with throwing it in my truck. Like, if they'll bring me the new one and take away the old one, that's a win-win for me. Because while my knees are still 34 years old, you know, my back can only handle so much dishwasher on it. All right, we got America's Favorite Recipe box set of 5. I picked these up at a church sale. Less than $5 for sure. I can't spell. I'm a mechanic and not a teacher. It's all right. I sell old books on the internet. So let's see. Let's grab these guys. And Joe the mechanic hanging out in eBay stream. let's find, what am I doing? I want this size box. I do want to put these in a box. I usually don't put books in boxes, but this huge set is gotta go in a box. And I'll say it, I've said it already. I'll continue to say it because people wander in at different times during the stream. If you're new here, if this is your first time wandering in, I'd love to hear from you in chat. I'm a full-time eBay reseller that does over 200,000 a year in sales and love to pack my orders live every day. So you can see what we're picking up, maybe pick some stuff up for yourself. These old cookbook sets are not amazing, but when you're getting them dirt cheap, you know, I'll throw them in a box. I think after all the fees and stuff, I'll probably profit 12 bucks. Nice. 14 by 10 by 6 and 9 pounds. Concierge, Costco concierge. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I've been leaning Costco, so that's good to know. Okay, I gotta get this minimized. I've been leaning Costco, and so I'm probably gonna just go that way. 9, 14 by 10 by 6. And media is still cheaper. Though it's only within a couple bucks of Ground Advantage. Those are, I believe media mail is going to go away in the future. I don't think media mail survives the next 5 years. I think it just disappears as Ground Advantage and media get closer and closer. I give it no more than 5 years. Probably about 3 would be my estimate, based on how we've seen those prices converging. Which that's going to be tough for media sellers. They might introduce a new like media mail, but it has to be under £1 or something like that for the volume sellers. Ooh, this is neat. I like these. Darkover book lot. So these guys have been listed for a month and a half. And I got these. Where did I get these? These were in a box I got from a storage unit contact. I bought the box, or I bought like 3 or 4 boxes of books because of other books they had. They had a lot of like, I don't know, Masonic, hidden knowledge, religious-esque spiritual books. And they had these same kind of science fiction with it. But these were all from the same series. They are going international, the Darkover series, and they sold for full price. No offer on these guys. And so let's go ahead and get these packed up. They're going international, so I won't see them again. I think they're already boxed, which would be great. Well, they're already in a box. I don't know. Going international, I might actually throw some bubble on these. Yeah, we're just going to give it a light bubble wrap around all of them. Just as a water guard, because it's got a little mist outside today, and I'd hate for these to get soaked at $90. I'd probably appreciate a little bit of a moisture barrier. I don't always do this. Sometimes I'm just throwing these in a box and going, but at 90 bucks going international, I think we're going to throw a moisture barrier in there just to make sure we don't run into any trouble. I've sent out hundreds, not thousands of packages of books. And only once have I ever had issues with moisture. There was a lot of Goosebumps books. I actually went to a school, went to a teacher, and she complained because like it ruined the top and the bottoms of the top and bottom books in the lot. And I don't know, we worked something out, but it didn't take what? It took 30 seconds, maybe a minute to add in a moisture barrier. So for a $90 sale, we'll do that. And that still sits pretty good. All right. Slip. And here we go. there. Okay. One more. And they're good to go. Nice. Throw a couple extra pieces of tape, because that's pretty heavy when you get 35 bucks all together. And one more. Sweet. You have too many live-in dishwashers in lieu of the Costco. This is true. I do have some kiddos. Sometimes, Leslie, though, I don't know. A 9 and a 7-year-old, they are not the most qualified dishwashers yet. We're working on them. My daughter does love to play in the sink, though. Listed and sold an item while listening, wrong price. I love and hate really quick sales at the same time. Yeah, so I got 2 of those today. I got 2 that I listed and they sold within minutes. Some sharpening stones. And honestly, if you've done your work, you've done your research, and you know you're making money, let them have it. But only one time in my whole career have I ever canceled an order and relisted it because of the money, and that was a little what was it? It was a little mask from Lego Bionicle that is a super rare, the gold Kraken mask, if anybody listening knows about that one, where it was like the wrong color plastic was used in the tube when they made them, and so they're super rare. And that mask sold for $700 on its own. This little mask. But I did cancel the order. I listed a bulk lot for like 60 bucks, and it sold instantly. And then I had messages from like 1,000 people, and so I canceled. I was ready for the negative. The guy never negatived me. He was a really nice guy, but they're always trying to make me feel good. That's what I do. I'm just catering to your emotions, the pricers. I'm here to make you feel good. No, I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm hopefully here to make you be able to find some more things to make more money. But yes, I did cancel and do that one time. 2, 12, 16. Let's go get that. Aldo boots. Small little sale. But yeah, it would have to be for me. Are they way up there? I don't know if they're way up there. I think I lost my boots. Oh, they were way up there. I gotta jump for these, or I gotta get the bench. I'm gonna jump. You can't see that on camera, but we got them. They were on the very top, tippy top, and I had to jump to grab them. But it'd have to be, I think my limit would probably be about 300 bucks. Like if someone's gonna make a couple $100 on my mistake, sure. I bet 300 is probably my number. Very situational where I'd like cancel, take the hit, and relist it. I once sold 14K gold. I lost about 100 bucks on that one. Because I wasn't paying too close attention, and the chain was listed as one thing, and then the actual charm itself. So the chain was 14 karat, and I knew that, but I didn't realize the charm was also, because it was like in a different spot or something, and so I ended up losing. I got to put those in a bigger bag. I ended up losing about 100 bucks for some gold charm. It happens to everybody. Just list something else and move on. But there's so many people out there that are, ultra virtuistic, and they're like, I would never cancel a sale. They made a commitment, I made a commitment, and I'm going to follow through. Okay. Everybody has a number. Because Because let's just take yours to the extreme, okay? You sell something for 20 bucks and you find out before you ship it out, it's worth $2 million. Are you going to cancel it? No, I'm super pious and I will never do. Yeah, you're going to cancel it for $2 million. So then we just got to find your number, right? We got to find your number. We're going to say, how about we cancel it for $1 million? What if it was only $500,000? You're going to cancel it? Like everyone has their number. For some people, it's, oh, wait, are these right? Yeah, that's the right one. For some people, it's 300 bucks. For some people, it could be more, it could be less, but you know, everyone's got to do what's right for them, for their situation, for their business. And my favorite parable about canceling orders is an old one by Winston Churchill. It's not actually Winston Churchill. Nope, I'm super virtuous, Leslie says. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're going to cancel at a certain level. But anyway, from an anonymous source, just a nice little parable is, there was a man who went up to a lady and he said, "Ma'am, would you sleep with me for $1 million? And she said, "Well, I'm not really sure." She thought about it. Like, okay, I guess I can do it. Meet me back here tomorrow and we'll do the deal. You know, for $1 million, would you sleep with me? So he comes back the next day. She comes back the next day, and he says, "Wait a second, ma'am, would you sleep with me for $1? And she says, "Oh, what do you think I am?" And he says, "We've already determined what you are. Now we're just haggling on price." So there you have it. That's one of my favorite things. Yes, you are breaking your morals, I guess, when you cancel a sale, but everyone's going to have a price for what they're going to do that for. I've never been put to that test. Yeah, I mean, everyone's got a number, in my opinion. 13 by 10 by 6. My family's going to come first. Oh, let's get this out of here. Man, I'm having too much fun today, guys. Having too much fun just chatting. I'm not getting my orders out. Could be a problem. You guys are going to make me lose all my money. I'm not going to be able to get my work done. Let's see. Aldo is done. Plus, I got 44 going out. It's a big day of sales. We've got this Disney shirt, spoiled to perfection. Another one from the Disney lot I got. I'm in it for $5, but it wasn't specifically for this shirt. It was, I needed to get some of the high dollar ones. And this one just happened to be in the group that I was pulling out all the shirts. So 5 into 18, full price. Let's find it. 313.22. Oh. Well, now that I realize I'm on YouTube, maybe that's going to have a content rating thing I'm going to get in trouble for, because I said this is clean content. I didn't curse. All right, we got, but yes, my content will always be clean. This is Tinkerbell spoiled to perfection. We're going out for 12 ounces. Print that out. I should get to those knife blocks at least that sold instantly. There's another pickup from an estate where people slept on the kitchen. I'll tell you what, I got Cutco, I got knife blocks, I got a KitchenAid mixer, which should have been picked up by now. I got to check that later. All right, this is the doll I did take a $30 offer for. Picked her up at the bins. Porcelain dolls are not good, but plastic ones can be good. Well, I mean, You don't throw a blanket statement. Some porcelain dolls are worth money, but for the most part, you know, if they say collectible, they're not collectible. But these guys, this one is like a jointed doll that is like a fashion doll people like to put in different poses. It's some random company out of China or Korea or something like that, and they sell this thing for like $100-$150 new. Mine was missing some pieces, some parts, and it's like, it's such a random brand, such a random thing. I just threw it up for a price, got a $30 offer. I'm just going to take the offer and run, because who knows the next time someone's going to come around looking for this. And it's not complete, and they can get the new one for, you know, like $100. So what can I really expect out of it? I'm going to go in a 20 by 8 by 6, I believe. And here she is. Check out my creepy doll. Look at this. She's creepy. Or beautiful for somebody. I don't know. She's going out. Ooh, I need a bigger box. I'm going to go 20 by 14 by 6 and put her at an angle, and she should fit. If she doesn't fit that, she's going in a tennis racket box. I got every box. I know someone who does $250,000 in dolls every year. He's shooting to do $500,000 this year. That's just a crazy niche. I don't get dolls. I know enough. I'll pick up the ones that are unique or different, or Tonner dolls. Some of the French and German ones I know a little bit about, but overall, dolls are tough. The dolls are really tough, because they don't have all the maker's marks. Like with dolls, you got to just know what you're doing. You got to know this one was made in this year by these people for this company or whatever. Like, okay, she will fit in there. And honestly, even like with Google Lens and stuff, they're so obscure, it's going to take forever before AI and Lens catch up to really know what's going on with them. Okay. I have to have you fit in this box, otherwise you're going in a tennis racket box, and you don't want to do that, do you? All right, we got her in there. Well, the best haul of my life was Tonner doll. I spent $1,000 when I should have just bought the whole room. I wasn't smart enough at the time. I should have dropped like $5,000 and got everything, because there's probably 30 to 50 grand worth of dolls in that room, and no one really knew. But I spent $1,000 and sold 15 grand worth of Tonners. And I'll never see that kind of opportunity in dolls again. Although I've learned not to say I'm never going to find that kind of deal again, because every time you say that, another deal comes along. 20 by 14 by 6. 4-pounder, going out, ground advantage, and broke even on the shipping. All right. Find the next one. Next is a very easy sale. Selling through these video games. Crash Mind Over Mutant. Just a little $12 game. And once again, we did put tested and complete for this one. $12.95. There we are. Throw this in a bubble. I wish all my packs were this easy, where it goes in a bubble and it's on its way. Wouldn't that be nice? Do you often buy unknown categories to learn more about them? Nope. Sometimes, but nope. If it's something that, so like if it's an estate and I know they were passionate about that thing, I might try to buy them out of that specific thing. But for the most part, I will buy what I know is going to sell and use those qualifiers that I know about to maybe explore a little bit more. Like, you know, if I know, I don't know, corduroy denim jackets from a certain year are good, I might go adjacent and buy adjacent, but I'm not going to like go into like women's dresses or something, you know, it's like something that's completely different than that. I think when I was newer at the game or I wasn't able to find enough stuff, I would do that more just to learn. But you know, with phones and everything's at your fingertips, like you can just look it up right then and there. So it's not super hard. But if I get it in a lot and I've already made money on the lot from the other items, then yeah, of course that's a great way to learn too. Tory Burch taking all the offers. This was already on a markdown for 31 bucks, and I don't know, I must have been in the right mood. I took a $15 offer on these to move them. I don't know, they've been listed for 3 months. I'm ready to see them go. They're gonna get to my next markdown soon anyway and be about 20 bucks. So we did take the offer. Let's grab these. December 1st, they were listed. And Tory Burch is another one that's done worse and worse over time. Not as great as they used to be. And that's the thing, is you got to move them when people are willing to pay, because you don't know if they're ever going to come back into style again. I kept a bag over here. What price or quantity make you test the new category? I don't know if it's profitable. I don't know if I have a specific price or quantity in mind. I think more for me, it would be like incidental testing, that I'm at a sale and I say, hey, there's a lot of things in that closet I really want. What would you do for the whole closet? And then I just buy the closet out, right? And then all of a sudden I have an opportunity to learn all these new things. But if I really want to learn new stuff, like you just go to a thrift store, you go to a bins, and you go to garage or whatever, it's all there. And you can do the research right there. So you don't really need to take risks like that. And my time is also valuable. So it would probably be also, or like there's something within that category that is super expensive that I've identified. Like, I don't know, an example right now sitting in my storage locker would be like model trains, right? I know the engines of these model trains are very expensive. And at the sale, I identified that this model train engine sells for, let's say, 150 bucks. I don't know, I'm just pulling a number out. And then I buy the whole lot for 100 bucks. Well, all of a sudden I've got my money and a little profit in just that engine. Now I'll do the work because I have the rest of it to look up the rest of it. And you know, maybe make some money, because if that's good, there's got to be other stuff that's good in it too. That's probably more of how I'd approach it. But I'm not a gambler. I play it very safe. And so like for me, I'm just looking at, if I'm going to make a profit for sure, and it's a bulk deal, then okay, maybe we'll take a gamble and find something new in there. 12 by 7 by 5 and 2 pounds. Need $1 or $2 on shipping. All right, moving on. Haha, here they finally are. So these are the ones that sold instantly. These are my Woodcraft surgical black sharpening stones. They sell for $150 new. And in the used, I did my research, and this specific model, like of the Woodcraft that I could find at least, had 2 solds in the last 3 years for 50 bucks. So I'm like, all right, we'll go $58, you know, increase by 10, 15% and just let it fly. Well, went right away. This first one went right away. And then I have another one I'll be packing. This guy, the Wichita, also went right away to 2 different people. And I think he's actually going to use it. I think these are actually people with saved searches that are going to use these things rather than people that are going to flip them for like $100. And if they want to flip them, great. You know, they can make some money. I'm in them $3 a piece at a estate that did not care about the kitchen. So we ravaged the kitchen and made a lot of money. So $58. I'm going to put these, I'm going to be a little more involved with this pack. I think I got to really make sure that that doesn't break. And so I'm going to take it out of the box, wrap it, and put it in a box with the box too. I'm not going to actually ship it in the box. So here we go. Surgical black sharpening stone. Taking all the offers. Oh, here, I'll pull this guy out while I'm at it. So I have them both. Yeah. But I did look on their actual site after it sold instantly, and they sell for $150 new. So, I mean, it's not like we lost tons and tons of money. Unless this is like Carhartt, where like the old ones are just good. And for some reason, people want the old sharpening stones over the new ones. I don't know anything about sharpening stones. So we are getting this guy out. It's going to go in like 1,000 layers of bubble wrap here. And then we'll bubble wrap the box separately. But I just know that it was less than $5 at the sale. Oh, that's interesting. These might need to get wrapped separately. Yeah, when it's less than $5 at the sale, all I did was a quick comp search at the sale. So here's an example, I guess, the prices. I've never sold sharpening stones before. But I know that Cutco's good, and these folks had Cutco. I also know KitchenAid mixers are good and expensive, and they had KitchenAid mixers. So logic would dictate if this person cares about their cutlery and they care about their kitchen, then perhaps these sharpening stones are also expensive. And so that's why I looked them up on the spot. How big of a box? This big. That'll be good. Because, you know, adjacent, we know it's going to be good. Do I need to take a risk on it? No, not really. But that's how I venture into new categories, I guess. Because if I know one thing, then we'll find some adjacent things. It just gets added to the knowledge bank over time. So now, if I ever see woodcraft sharpening stones again, I will know, hey, I should probably buy those. All right. I really taut in there. I don't want it moving at all. I've also never packed a sharpening stone, so this is a new one. I'm assuming one wrong hit and the thing can shatter. So just like the old egg drops, we're going to make it nice and tight in there. A lot of bubble so it doesn't move around at all. And there's my surgical black. And I also didn't even pack it inside its own box because it has a little wiggle and then it can whack the sides of that thing more than just being taut in a nice bubble wrap paper souffle. Yep, that ain't going anywhere. Okay. Beautiful. 4 pounds. 14, 10, 6. And I probably will lose a little bit on shipping on this guy. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was short $1 or $2 on shipping. It was heavier than I thought it was. That's all right. So $50 from 3, I believe. I paid 3 a piece. Don't sleep on the kitchen stuff at estate sales. From that kitchen, I would have made 180, 280. Yeah, 280, 300. I made a little over $300 on just the kitchen at that estate that I found that at. So now, is every kitchen good? No. But when one kitchen hits, it usually hits. Because if someone cares about their cooking, they're going to care about all of it. All right, so we got another one. This is the Washita sharpening stone in the case. And this guy out. We're going to do the same strategy as the first one. Uh-oh, I'm out of my 14 by 10 by 6s. I got plenty more. This is one of the longer packing sessions I've had on this channel yet. A lot of involved packs. A lot of things that I actually have to wrap up. And it came after a weekend. So we might split this into a second session. I might turn this off and turn it back on. There's my Washita. There we go. I do want to get out to thrift today. And I don't want to be the last one in line, so I am going to have to leave here shortly. Make sure that happens. I'll say it again. I've been saying this all stream, but if it's your first time wandering in here, my name is Tim, full-time reseller from Northwest Montana, doing over 200,000 a year in sales. I live pack my orders here every day just to show the world in case there's stuff you want to learn to pick up. Maybe you can pick something up. And I love to chat, answer any questions you have about reselling, or talk about things like dogs and knees and Costco. And what else have we talked about today? Rare belt buckles, all sorts of good stuff. My lovely children who are going to wash more dishes than ever before because my dishwasher broke. Get that stone in here. Make sure that thing does not move an inch. And then I'll put these guys on top. This is the box it's in. And crush all around that. I also don't think they were severely underpriced because the first guy who messaged me, the first guy who bought the black one, he messaged me. He's like, hey, thanks for this. Make sure you pack it up nice, blah, 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 which I hate when people do that. But I didn't, you know, I was professional, like, oh, yeah, thanks. You know, thanks for the tips. I'll do what you said. By the way, I have another one. If you want this one, you know, you can get them both. And he's like, okay, I'll take a look. He said, I have enough of that one. Looks like a really great cutter. So I don't need that one, but thanks for this one. And since he didn't immediately just buy it, he's like passed on it. I'm guessing it wasn't as good as, you know, I don't think I severely underpriced him. Thanks again, heading out myself. See you the pricers. Good luck with your listings today and any sales you might be hitting up. And the most ineffective way to wash dishes are kids. They got to learn sometime, I guess. But yes, I agree. They're very ineffective. They just want to play. How dare I play with my children? I don't want to play with them. I want them to work. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun washing them with my daughter. She loves that. Glad you stepped in today. I probably got about 3 more packs than me before we're actually going to be heading out. And I might turn the stream on later. I'm not going to turn it on later. We're only going to do one a day. I can't break with what I'm doing. I will show you quickly at the end. Stick to the end, and I will show you the rest of the sales. It looks like I got 14 more to pack, 15 more to pack. Because they're just very involved packs today. They're just taking a long time, which is fine. We're making tons of money. This is going to be my best month on eBay, I think, yet. I think, honestly, this is my best month of all time. Taking those offers to pump it up. $17.50 on this guy. That start time, I believe, is inaccurate. So it was listed the 10th, but I believe this was canceled, and I had to relist it again. So I think it's been listed for over a year. The Titleist Club, we took an offer for $17.50. They paid shipping. I mean, I'll make $10 on it. Not what I love to sell, but it's money. Let's go find this guy. 5611 BV. Right here with my clubs. That's all it is. 611 BV. I ship all my single clubs in 4x4x48 boxes that I cut down. I ship all my sets in 6x6x48 boxes, which I will also cut down. If you don't fold the flab over on the top of these boxes when you do them, you will get hit with extra shipping charges from UPS and FedEx because they're mini heads. They use machines, they use lasers and stuff like scanners to check their dimensions of these boxes. So they don't care if it's got 4x4x48 written on it. They will always, almost every time, will ping this as like 4x4x49. 49 inches puts you over the weight rate, or the length limit. The length limit on these, and so you get enormous upcharges for just that 1 inch. And not to mention, you also then have to pay counter rate, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you pay counter rate once they adjust the rate. And they are a pain to get reversed, even if you were correct. So I will always add an inch to each side of the box, or for these, I'll cut them down or cut them down. I always add that extra inch just to be sure when they go FedEx or UPS. It's frustrating, but, you know, it saves so much of a headache from having to fight with their customer service and fight with the bots that will give you your money back. I've had good success with pirate ship, though. If you send these pirate ship, I've always just been able to say, hey, they got this wrong. I got my money back, but it's not worth the hassle. It's really not. I just add the dimensions at this point. All right, I got to cut this guy down. About there? Yeah, that's about right. Too much work for a $17 order. But, you know, all in all, it's probably not a bad hourly. I'm making $10 for 10 minutes of work. I could probably take that. I'd much rather not be selling golf clubs. Well, not $17.50 golf clubs, at least. I like to get at least $30 a club. Fold these in. I just got to get some paper tape and we're good to go. Let's both see. I was at a sale not too long ago where I had some golf clubs. And I was thinking I could get about $200. And I was right. Turns out I was right. I did sell them all. But I was able to get $200 for all the clubs. And while I was checking out, some older guy in line, he's like, "You a golfer?" No, I just kind of like the stuff. Hey, let me look at those clubs. I'm a golfer. I'll tell you if you're getting a good deal. Okay. Okay, yeah, whatever. You can check them out. He's like, "I wouldn't pay more than $20. Okay. So I get up to the counter. I say, "Well, what do you guys want?" Of course, they're not marked. Like, well, for you, I know my golf clubs, and I would do $45 for the bag for you. And the guy just shakes his head at me. And I say, $45 sounds great. Thank you very much. He was not happy with me. I don't think he wanted them for himself, honestly. I think he was just cranky at a sale where they price things up. But still made some good money. Yeah, anymore, I have learned to just keep my mouth shut when people start talking about their reselling adventures and this, that, the other, telling me about eBay, telling me about how much stuff sells for. Interesting. Wow, huh? Tell me more. Because no matter what I say, I'll probably be wrong anyway. 41, 2 pounds. 41 by 5 by 5. And UPS is still the cheapest. FedEx, do you have them beat, FedEx? Nope, FedEx don't have them beat. Yeah, people like to talk. People love to talk about their reselling adventures, and you can learn a lot by just listening in that thrift store line. Look at me, I'm talking about my reselling adventures to a bunch of strangers on the internet. Not strangers. Joe the mechanic walking his dogs in California. And other folks. We just love to share what we've done. And so if you ever have things you want to share about your reselling journey, like Leslie finding her $6,000 belt buckle, please share it. I'd love to know what you're finding out there. We are a little over halfway done with the orders. I'm going to pack 1 or 2 more up here, and then we're going to be going for the day. So actually, let's just make this the last pack. This will be the last pack, and then I got to get going. I got to get to the post office. I got to actually get to do a little sourcing today. I have a meetup to get this KitchenAid if she didn't grab it already. I think she was supposed to come get it during the call. This is a King James. That's a really lame last pack, but we'll pack it. June, July, August, October 21st. Let's find it. I think this is the one that has the little zipper on it. Whenever a Bible has a zipper, it usually will sell, even if it doesn't sell for a whole lot of money. Oh, it's way back there. Ugh. Oh no, this one doesn't have a zipper. My bad, it's just a leather Bible. I pick up almost every old leather Bible. They've been doing a little worse lately, but usually worth the time. Collins, King James, 1949. And this one had like the front page filled out. But one time I sold a Bible, like $400, some calfskin thin line Bible that I may or may not have picked up at the bins. And we want a bigger envelope. But Bible's still doing good. People like the old leather ones. Well, as I get this packed up, I want to say thanks to everybody who has popped in. It is great to chat with people. The number one thing you can do for my success and to get this to as many people as possible, and it's completely free, is to hit like, hit subscribe. I know you hear that a lot, but it's completely free. And if you're doing that, then I will continue to do the best I can to keep showing up, putting out the content that you can maybe find some new things of your own, do these lives, chat with folks. If you found any value, I'd really appreciate it if you could do that for me. And then I'm going to go ahead and show these last few that I've not packed yet. I will not go live later. I'm actually just going to pack these off camera later because I just got to get them done. And I'm going to stick to one live a day, I think, is all I'm going to do. So we got rapid fire, some A6 gel cumulus, 20 bucks. Nice Fry biker boots going out, 50 bucks today. Johnston Murphy's for 20 bucks, a small little game. We got Yamaha snowmobile suit. This one, it was for too long, had it been listed. I just had to take care of it. And so 45 bucks you took on an offer. It could probably go for much more. Really cool Tower of Terror Disney sweatshirt, vintage, 88 bucks. These are the ones I took a $65 offer on. I'm taking all the offers. Anderson Bean Ostrich, they had a lot of wear on them, but yes, they can sell for up to 100, 150 bucks in the right condition. I ripped these off. Oh gosh. I ripped these off of a speaker system at the bins. Immoral or not, I don't know, but I ripped them off the speaker system. Didn't buy the speaker system because that would have cost 50 bucks. And even though I could part it out for $100, it wasn't worth my time. I stole these off it. 23 bucks within a day, and they cost me less than $1. Some Levi cargo pants, got some Justin boots, an empty video game box, some Miss Me shorts, got some more Costco arbitrage, silly little sale, 7 bucks for some jeans. Really cool old Disney souvenir book. This guy, just from the old Disney Pirates, and I think it's actually signed by Captain Hook, so that was kind of fun. And we got a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers SNES cartridge. So once again, thanks for coming today. If you're catching the replay, throw me a comment. I'd love to know what you're doing in your reselling adventure. I'd love to know if this is even helpful for people. I'm going to continue doing it. I've committed to 30 sessions of doing this, and then from there, I'll probably keep going. I've been having a lot of fun with it, meeting some pretty cool people. So have a good one, everybody. Thank you for stopping in.